Well, I want to welcome everyone today to the Breakthrough in Ministry Summit. Welcome. Benji, can I have welcome? So just follow. I want to welcome everyone today to the Breakthrough in Ministry Summit. And if you joining for the first time, or if you joined for the first time, or you've joined the past few days, this is Breakthrough in Ministry Summit, where I want to give you the goal of this summit. My goal from day one was to give you a clear, proven path from starting a ministry, launching that ministry, growing that ministry, and making global impact. That was my goal. When I started this, I told you I have one rule for myself, and that rule was total transparency. The rule I give to myself. And how many of you feel, if you watch the last 2 days, how many of you felt like I've been very transparent the last 2 days? Some people feel like, man, you've actually been too transparent. But how many of you feel like I've been very transparent? I've shared a lot with you guys that has really blessed you. And no, that's my goal. How many of you feel like we're meeting the goal from starting to going global? And so my goal is to give you a clear, proven path from starting a ministry, growing that ministry, and making global impact. And the system that I'm sharing with you, it's something that can work wherever you are in the ministry. You can use that system to grow. Either you are just starting, either you've not started. I know there are people at different levels watching me. There are some who are called and not yet started. There's some who just started. I know people who sent a message, we just launched in May, we just launched in June. There are some who just started, and then there are some who, as people say, you've done really great, you've done excellent, you've been transparent, very transparent. So what I'm sharing with you is what anyone can use from starting a ministry, growing that ministry. I know some have just started, some are in a few years, and some have, years already in the ministry. Let me ask you, so let's do that survey quickly. Where are you at in the ministry? Have you started? Have you not started? If you have started, how long have you been in the ministry? Let's do that in the comments. If you have started, you can just say 1 year, 1 month, 5 years. If you're not started yet, we can say preparing for the ministry or getting ready for the ministry. But wherever you are in this graph, either you've started, launched, growing, global. So what are you? Are you starting? Are you launched? Are you growing? You global. But I want to know where you are at in the level. Someone says you've revealed everything to us in plain language. That's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. 2 years, someone said 2 years pastoring, 6 years pastoring, 6 years, 4 years, wow, 1 year. 1 year starting the ministry. Hey, Pastor Miracle, God bless you. 3 weeks. 7 years, 6 years, getting ready, 13 years, 6 years, 4 years, 2 years, 3 years, awesome. 4 years, 1 month, wow. 5 years, a lot of people already doing it. A lot of people already doing it. That's awesome. So bring it back to me. So the goal is to give you a clear, proven path from starting, growing the ministry, and making global impact. Well, I want to pause right now and give you some good news. I know yesterday when we announced Mega Harvest Network, there were many who were asking, is there another means of payment? Is there another means of payment? Well, the good news is very simple, is that we've been able to integrate into the same website where you can now pay using a transfer. So if you want to be a part of Mega Harvest Network, you have two options now. You can either pay using a card or pay with a transfer. It's all on the same website. If you visit the same website, so that's good news. How many of you yesterday were trying to transfer? It's like, I need a transfer. And there were many people who were trying their card and it wasn't working. You're trying your card and it wasn't working. So the good news about that is very simple. We've been able to integrate, so you can now use both your card or you can now use both your transfer. So every single person can now, there's no more excuse. Every single person can now become a member of Mega Harvest Network. So that I made payment yesterday but couldn't sign up until now. I'll help you just in a few seconds. Let's just get through to this class. And so let's get into it. I want to show you a bit of, and listen, I say this every day. I say this every day. Whatever I say is not to brag. Whatever I say, whenever I share some testimonies, everything I say is not to brag. It's just to show you, is to show you that anybody can go from starting, launching, and growing a ministry. We started from the scratch. Our ministry began from the very scratch. And everybody, you can write this down. Success in ministry is not luck, it's decisions. Everybody write that down. Success in ministry is not luck, it's decisions. Success in ministry is not luck, it is decisions. You make decisions. That's what brings about success in ministry. So, put up the pictures. You know the pictures where I said luck, and I want to show you some, because what I want to teach with you is to show you where we began from and where the ministry is today. So, the picture below was one of our crusades years ago. One of our crusades underneath the picture up there was our last crusade in Ijebu Day. So we're talking about going from 200 people to 10,000 people. 200 to 10,000. Next, just keep going. Next. I think your screen is slowed because that's another of the old crusade, and versus our last crusade in Jebo Day. I think that one there was in Kafin Koro in Mina in Niger State, somewhere around 100 people there. And then today. So this is just the before and after. And I'm praying that everyone here, that in the next few years, God's going to give you the same testimony of your before and after. There's going to be a tangible transformation. When I'm talking about transforming your ministry, that's what I'm talking about. Transforming your ministry to this. Next. The picture below was the first service we ever did. And then the one up there was in South Africa. I was preaching at one of the largest churches in South Africa. Next. This was when I started broadcasting. As you can see the camera and you can see the difference. And that's somewhere around 2018 versus what it is now today. Keep going. That was the first service we ever did versus the last service we did, the Holy Ghost Festival. 75 people to 200 people. To 3,000 people. That was some of the first pictures of miracles versus what it is today. Next. Old, new. Is that it? So I want to show you, these are just 7 highlight moments of our ministry, just in the last 7 years. And all this is, the reason why I'm doing this every day, I do this before I teach, is to show you that I know what works. You see, there has to be something that I know that I can share with you that works. And it's something that you can put into action and it'll work for you. So you have the 10 events that changed my life. So I'm just going to take you through a trajectory. This is 10 landmark moments for our ministry. Number 1. September 2nd, 2018, the ministry began. This was somewhere around 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago. We started Mega Harvest. There were 75 people there. At that time, it was called the Fullness of God's Embassy. Next. Then March 30th, 2019, we began our first crusade. First crusade was that was my flyer. Can you see that? I didn't even have a picture to use for a flyer. That picture there looks like a shadow. There was no picture to use for a flyer, and those crutches and wheelchairs. I think that was Bishop Dag there, and many people do not even know this story. But I used to just go. I'll skip that part of the story. Next. 1,000 people. This was when I talk about live events. This was the first time I stretched myself. We're gonna do a big live event. I had E. Daniels there, so that was me and E. Daniels, and we had 1,000 people there. That was November 15, 2020. It was the first time 1,000 people. And that was when we changed the ministry name from the Fullness of God's Embassy to Mega Harvest, I think. Next. The new name relaunch, November 2019, we became Mega Harvest. Next. Our first international meeting was in Ghana, 2020. Next. The game changer, 2021. I mean, my goal is that I'm showing you the transformation. I'm showing because this broadcast today is about transformation. That's what this broadcast today is about. It's about transformation. So I'm showing the transformation of our ministry. The game changer, Tampa, Florida. I was invited by Dr. Rodney Howard Brown to preach for him. Next. Homecoming. I came back home for the first time and we had the largest crusade we ever had. This was about 2,000. We had 2,000 to 3,000 people there when I returned back. Next. Then I went back to America. We did a miracle tour across America. 7 cities in 9 days. Next. Married a damsel. Next. When was this? 2024. In 1 week, was it 1 week? In 2 weeks, our ministry received over $270,000 in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks of preaching, $270,000 came to ministry. And this was 2024. That was just about 5 years from when we started. And which is crazy because, I mean, $270,000 in 2 weeks. 5 years before then, I was writing a letter. How many of you seen my video where I talked about I wrote a letter to God for 100,000 naira? Have you seen that video before? In the year 2019, we were going to do a crusade. So I was going to have a crusade and I was going to have a conference. The crusade and the conference was going to cost us 100,000 naira. 50,000 for the crusade, 50,000 for the conference in 2019. We were about 2 weeks to the crusade. I didn't have the money. There was no money at all. So I'd prayed, I'd fasted, I'd done everything I know to do. I didn't know what to do. So I just picked my pen and I wrote a letter to God. I said, "Dear God, please, I only have 2 weeks to go. I need 100,000. And I have that letter till today. I have the letter that I wrote to God today. So how do you go from begging God for 100,000 naira to over $250,000 in 2 weeks? Next. That's it. So you can see the transformation that I'm talking about, because today, what I want to talk about is an unconventional productivity system. That's what I want to talk about today. An unconventional productivity system. What do I mean? Remember where we began from. I'm going to do a bit of a recapitulation. I said that people start out the ministry with an uninformed optimism. There's an excitement. There's an excitement when they start out the ministry. Thank you, Daniel. There's an excitement. There's this, let's go do it, let's go do it. And they have a goal. So that's why I drew this. So I drew in a different way from the graph. So the goal from starting a ministry, the goal here was momentum in the ministry, or grow in the ministry, or going global. So the goal is momentum. What is momentum? Momentum simply means that there's attention coming to your ministry. There's a focus coming to your ministry. So it starts out the ministry. The goal is the impact. The goal is impact. We want to make impact. The goal is impact. The goal is that we want to shake our generation. The goal is that, the Bible says go into all the world. The goal is that we want to go into all the world and preach the gospel in every nation, to every creature. That's the goal. However, between launching and the goal, there's a hindrance. And this is probably between the first 2 to 3 years of ministry. The first 2 to 3 years of ministry, we are faced with a hindrance. And what is the hindrance? I call it the brutal realities that people face in the ministry. Number one is confusion. They realize that they are confused. Someone said the site is not opening. Benji, just put it down there for them. The pop-up, become a member of Mega Harvest Network. And it does open. It is megaharvestnetwork.com. megaharvestnetwork.com. So 1 to 3 years of starting a ministry, they are faced with 3 brutal realities. Number one is confusion. How many of you watched day 1? You already saw day 1. And I talked about how to overcome this first brutal reality, how to go from confusion to clarity. So many already are confused in sense like, where do I launch? When do I launch? What is my message? What is my one thing? There's a confusion. And I shared yes the first day. Day 1, how to go from confusion to clarity. The second brutal reality that they are faced with in the first 1 to 3 years of ministry is irrelevance. This is irrelevant. Irrelevance is that nobody knows they exist. So you're in the ministry 3 years. They started that ministry 3 years in the ministry. They are only surviving, but nobody knows they exist. Nobody just, it's like they are just going and pushing and just leaving and just trying to survive the next day, but nobody knows they exist. And this is a brutal reality that people face when they come in contact with the ministry, because never forget this: wherever attention goes, revenue flows. So I said yesterday, I said, this is the headache. This is the cancer, sorry. A lot of people who are watching this broadcast, you came to watch this broadcast because you thought that the problem is that we don't have money. The problem is that nobody is coming. The problem is that, preacher, we don't have money, nobody is coming, whatever you think the problem is. And I said that those are just the headache. You are focusing on the headache and not the cancer. This is the cancer. This is the tumor here. And this is what is causing the headache, is that there is confusion, there's irrelevance, nobody knows you exist. But number 3, there is distraction. And that's what I want to talk about today. It's the distraction that we are faced with in the ministry. Remember, distraction is not the lack of activity. The distraction doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. It means that you're doing the wrong thing. That's what distraction is, because never mistake this. A lot of people mistake activity for productivity. So everybody write this down. Activity is not productivity. Write that down. Activity is not productivity. The fact that you are making motion, doesn't mean that you are moving forward. The fact that you are making motion doesn't mean that you're moving forward. Isn't that why God said to them that you have gone around this mountain for too long? I mean, a lot of ministries are going around the same mountain for so long. The same people, the same numbers, the same finances, the same struggles. They are going around the same mountain for so long. And what is that? It is the activity. There's so much motion, yet no productivity. They are busy, yet they are broke. They are busy, yet they are broke. They are making motion, yet they are not making progress. So that's my goal today. My goal is to help you shift from activity to productivity. It's not the same thing. And to shift from busy, from just being busy. I'm busy. The people who are busy all the time, yet they are broke. So the goal is not more activity. The goal is productivity. So are you busy yet broke? Are you making motion yet not making progress? Are you moving yet not moving forward? I want to say this to everyone today. You've gone around that mountain for too long. Enough is enough. You've gone around the same circle for too long. It's enough. It's 6 years. It's enough. It's been 4 years. It's been 5 years. It's been 7 years. It's time to go forward. Everybody write that down. It's time to go forward. It's time to go forward. It's time. It's time to go forward. It's time to go forward. So here's what I want to do today. It's very simple. Number 1, I'm going to address the man of God or the woman of God. I'm going to address the man. I'm going to talk to you, the man of God, the woman of God. Number 2, I'm going to address the plan. The plan. Then number 3, I'm going to talk about the goal. That's what I'm going to do today. The man of God, the plan, the goal, the man of God. Let's address him. Then let's talk about a plan. There's a lot of people do not have a plan. What's the plan? And for many people, there's no plan to grow the church. Have you heard the parable that only a fool does the same thing and expect the different results? There's no plan for growth. There's no plan. And they are just waiting that one day that something would just happen. And this is what I call happenstance. They're waiting that one day that something would just happen. For some reason, one day they would just get lucky. That if I just get lucky one day, and they call it, this is what Christians call grace. We call it grace, so we don't say lucky. But what you are calling grace is what you are hoping for to be lucky. You are hoping that one day I will be lucky and something will happen, and then boom, my church is just going to grow and it's just going to explode. Or one day I will just be lucky and then boom, something is going to happen, and then we're just, that's what, but success is not happenstance. It's not luck. And prayer, you see, this is tough. What I want to say is a bold statement, it's a tough statement, and it's hard to say in a country like Nigeria. But let me say this to you, because I love you. Prayer is not a plan. In prayer, we get the plan and we enforce the plan. I'm going to say that again. Prayer is not a plan. But in prayer, we get the plan and we enforce the plan in prayer. You need to write that down. In prayer, we get the plan and we enforce the plan in prayer. But prayer is not a plan. You meet people, that's the only plan they have. So let's talk about the man of God. Then we talk about the plan. Then we talk about the goal, the momentum. Are you ready? I wrote this down. There are 4 focus of history makers. There are 4. The 4 focus of history makers. Everybody write that down. This is very important. Let's talk about this guy. He wants to be a history maker. This guy wants to be a history maker. This guy wants to shake his world. This guy wants to be great. He wants to make impact. He wants to make history. So let's share. What are the 4 focus? I might have to clean this and come back to this. Are you ready? Is everyone following me? So what are the 4 focus of history makers? If you're just joining the broadcast, I'm talking about an unconventional productivity system, something that can transform your ministry in the next 90 days, in the next 6 months, and in the next 1 year. The 4 focus of history makers. Number 1, I'm addressing a man of God. Number 1, is I call it the capitalization IQ. And I'm going to explain what that means. Write it down. Number 1 is a capitalization IQ. What does that mean? It means that listen to this, what makes exceptional performance, that is, when you see someone who is exceptional, when you see someone who is great, when you see someone who's a genius, when you see someone who's at an A level in whatever they are doing, listen, what makes exceptional performer so good is not his natural born talent, but their exceptional dedication and commitment and drive to maximize whatever strengths they have. What am I saying? I'm saying that what makes someone exceptional, listen to this carefully, capitalization IQ. It means that what makes someone exceptional is not that they were naturally born with it. It's that it was developed. Genius are not born. Genius are developed. Development. That's number 1. That's what I mean by capitalization IQ. Development. Geniuses are not born. You see, if you still have the mindset that when you see someone who is great, or when you see someone who is doing something exceptionally, if you still have the mindset that, oh man, they were just, Wow, they were just lucky. Wow, just grace. I mean, I know people who still believe that you see someone doing great and you just think that there's nothing to them. You just, nah, it's just grace. It's just they were just born with it. They were just, it's a natural born talent. Listen, geniuses are not born. Geniuses are developed. Listen, this is the lie that we've told ourselves. This is the lie that you've told yourself in the ministry. You've lied to yourself that Apostle Joshua Selman is just lucky. You've lied to yourself that who else? Apostle Michael Oropo or Apostle Femi Lazarus, all the guys who are making. You've just lied to yourself that it's just people are just born talented. But geniuses are not born. Geniuses are developed. When you see someone doing something exceptional, it's not luck. I'm sure you've heard before that it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. It's not that the dog was born big. It's the size of the fight inside of the dog. He has developed. Can I tell you something I've noticed recently? Is that you can learn anything. Everybody write that down. You can learn anything. You can learn. Write it down. Write it in all capital letters. I can learn anything. You can learn anything. Anything you can learn. You can learn, if you want to learn how to preach better, you can learn to preach better. If you want to learn how to grow it, you can learn anything. Anything that you see someone exceptional doing, you can learn it. Write it in capital letter, boldly. I'm telling you, you can learn anything. I recently just bought a course on stage management and how to speak better and how to take over when I walk into a stage, how to take over the stage and the stage presence and stage. So this is about maybe almost 20-30 hours of classes that I have to study. So let's say I've studied those classroom stage management, hand movements, the hand movements when you come on the stage, the voice fluctuation, the voice, the rhythm in the voice and so I just bought a classroom like that, and it cost me $200 and some, almost $300 to buy that, just to learn how to speak better, learn how to manage my stage presence better, learn how to move on the stage better. So if you see me 90 days after I've developed this thing and you hear me preach and I'm walking on the stage and my voice fluctuation and the exceptional way that I speak, then you say, man, that guy is just naturally born. Preacher, this is just so good. Now, it was developed. It was developed. It's called a capitalization IQ. Every world changer has that IQ. Every world changer has a capitalization IQ. That is, I can develop myself in every area. Let me tell you something. I think in psychology they call this the Dunning-Kruger effect. And basically what that means is that you see yourself and you see someone who is doing better than you, and you just say that there's no difference. It's just luck. If I also get that chance, that's what you think in your mind. You think in your mind that if I also just get that chance, I forgot why I heard this a few days ago. There are people, you're watching soccer, so you're watching the World Cup, and you're watching them play, you're sitting on your chair, they say, what nonsense, just kick that ball inside, why don't you raise that ball? And they're in their chair, like they are even angry, sack the coach, remove the coach, he doesn't know what you think in your mind that if they put you side by side with the person who missed that penalty, you think you can stand? Do you know the hours of development? I want everybody to do this. Do this, everyone. And I wrote it down here. This is what I call it. top players. And I'm using the word top players, so just pardon the word players, but because I use soccer, so I want to use players. Use the word top players. Top players basically means that write the name of all the people whose voices are shaking this generation or in your field. Let's say if you want to be an evangelist, let's say write the name of the top voices of evangelistic ministry. Who else does? The top voices, let's say evangelistic ministry. Bishop Dag, Heward Mills. Bishop Dag. Who else is a top player? Nathan Morris. Who else is a top player? In evangelistic ministry, crusades. Or let's say Daniel Kolenda, for example. Let's say Daniel Kolenda or Dr. Paul, so someone you can relate to. So let me use Dr. Paul in Nigeria. So these are the names of the top players in evangelistic field. The Donny-Kruger effect of psychology, I hope I'm pronouncing that. What that means basically is that, listen this. What that means is that you think in your mind that the gap between you and Bishop Dag is luck. That's what you think. You think in your mind that it's just grace. The gap. I'm telling you that, and there is something that these leaders have done. It's also psychological, but there's something that you see is that these leaders make you feel that there is no gap between you and them. They just make you feel like, man, we can all do this. We are all the same. They make you feel like there's no gap between you and them. So in your mind, you actually feel that all I need is just one laying of hands and I'll be there. All I need is just somebody just blow me wind and I'll be there. But I'm telling you today, the gap between you, yes, the gap between you and these people is not, is not 10 steps closer. You are not 10 steps closer to these guys. I'm telling you. It's that effect that just makes you feel like it. But I'm telling you that the development, someone says you didn't mention Pastor Chris as number one. Get out of here. How do people even think? Like, is this a competition? The development that these guys have put into how to plan a crusade. What does it take to do a crusade? The steps of crusade, it's not... So the Donny-Kruger effect is just like a footballer watching the players in the field and thinks that there's no difference between me. I can also play. Just put me in the game. You know, the difference between you and them is development. Development. So number one, the mindset. Etim said in less than a month of following your blueprint, I've received the first invitation to minister at a big church, my biggest platform. Good job, son. Good job. Listen to this. Listen to this. Is that capitalization IQ? I can learn anything. Every history maker has this mindset. They are forever students of learning. Forever student. How can I? Have you ever asked yourself? Listen? I'm making bold statement here today, and I have to. At this point, I have to. If you are still there somewhere, listen to this. If you are still there somewhere thinking that if I just keep saying I tap into the grace, I tap into the grace, I connect to the grace. If you are still there thinking that one day after saying I tap into the grace, I tap into the grace, that your ministry would just explode, boom. You are joking, oh. You are joking. Oh, man of God. Remember, I said, let me address the man of God. Oh, man of God and woman of God. If you are still somewhere thinking that One day you just say, I tap in the grace. I tap in the grace. I connect to the grace. I put my family on the altar. I put you on the altar. I connect to this altar. I connect to this. If you are still there thinking that is what is remaining for your ministry to grow, and if you just connect to that altar, I'm telling you, you are far from it. You're far from it. The books they've read, the books they've read, the areas they've developed. When you see a pastor come on the stage and preach and their stage presence, when you watch someone like David Digger mounts the stage and the whole crowd is under their command and they say, shh, quiet. I mean, when you see Joshua Selman walk into a room, the smile, everything they do, these guys have developed themselves in every area. It's not, they've developed their presence, how the aura, the walk in, everything is developed. You just have not met them privately. I'm telling you, you just have not met those guys privately. I'm going to say this, and this will shock you, but and I know he doesn't mind that I say it. The first time that I met Apostle Michael Oropo, when we did Holy Ghost Festival Ghana together, and we sat down together for hours, I realized, and I'm saying this humbly, I realized that these guys have gone far. They've gone far in development. They've developed their mind. Everything is calculated. It's like we are just here waiting. As I said myself that day, I was like, we are just here waiting for some luck or something, and we think in our mind that the mystery I can share is the same as Apostle Michael Oropo. I'm telling you, those guys are well developed in speech, in articulation, in presence, in everything. So I've spent too much time saying this, but there needs to be an overemphasis on what I'm saying, because you see, you hear Joshua Selman say this all the time. It says that there is a better version of you. There is a better. Someone says, I'm born again. I need you to assist me. I'm unemployed. I'm assisting you right now. This is my assistance to you. There is a new version of you, and that better version of you, will emerge. Do not, everybody write this down. Write this down today. Do not accept this version of you. There's a better version of you. Do not accept this version of you. There is a better version of you. I made up my mind that there is a better version of me in terms of speaking and preaching, and the pauses in my voice. Okay, let me tell you something. This will blow your mind. Have you noticed that the more this will shock you? Have you noticed that the more the preacher develop, the slower they preach when they preach? Like when they preach, you hear them pause in between statement, loud in some statement, slower in some. Do you not know that all of those are calculated? Do you not know that all of those are like the pauses when they preach, the places where they pause and they move but you just think that give me the mic, let me ascend. Let me just ascend in the spirit. And they are not just ascending in the spirit, they have developed their speaking, their preaching, everything is developed. There is a better version of me. Everybody write that down. There is a better version. Share this, please. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. Like the video. If you haven't shared the video, please share the video. If you haven't, whoever needs to hear this, do it. Someone say thank you for all that you do for us. I know I have a call of God upon my life, and I'm addicted to marijuana. I don't know how to do ministry as a smoker, and I don't know how to quit. Well, send me a message, Hope, on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram, and let's help you. But there is a better version of you. Everybody write that down. And so don't accept this one, and don't say this is how I'm going to preach. Rough voice, everything, and all that stuff. There is a better version of you, and you can do. So number one is capitalization IQ, and what does that mean? Is that I can learn anything. I can learn anything. I can develop. I can learn anything. Number two, I'm talking about the four focus of history makers. Number two, freedom from distraction. Number two, freedom from distractions. History makers are focused people, very focused people. History makes. Let me go back to what I said in number one. Do you know that Archbishop Duncan, this just came to my mind. Do you know that Archbishop Duncan Williams could not speak English when he started ministry? Archbishop Duncan Williams. And today he's speaking the most fluent English ever. Why? What if he just accept this? I'm a local preacher. I will just preach locally in my dialect. And what if he accepted that version of him and never ever developed to the version? Would he ever, you know that Duncan Williams was invited to the White House when the president was being what is the crowning or the inauguration service of the president in America. Duncan Williams was invited to say the prayer in the White House. Imagine that Duncan Williams just said that I'm a local preacher. I only speak Twi when I preach. The world will hear me like this. You have to accept this version of me. No, he decided that I'm going to develop my speech. And he did. And he was invited to the White House. And he was prepared for the president to be inaugurated as the president of America. Back to number two, freedom from distraction. An addiction to distraction is the death of your creative potential. An addiction, when you are addicted to distraction, many people are addicted, it's like distraction is their drug of choice. Like some have decided to be addicted to cocaine, some are addicted to heroin, some are addicted to some people they have decided that their drug of choice is addiction. Why do you waste your time on zero value activity? It's zero value. These activities has no value in your life. Why waste your time on zero value activities? It's an irony that we always says that we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. Yet we waste the time that we have. It's an irony. That why do we say that we don't have enough time? Yet we waste all the time that we have. On the preacher day, do you have a book on self-development that you can refer one to us? Yes, it's in Mega Harvest Network is your self-development book that you need to buy. Was I saying, why do you waste all the time that you have and say that I don't have time? 24 hours is a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. 24 hours is a long time. And when you learn to focus intensively, when you learn to have high, intense concentration, then you realize that it's not about managing your time, it's about managing your focus. The problem is not managing time. The problem is managing focus. If you manage your focus, you realize that 24 hours is a lot of time. Everybody write that down. Manage your time, manage your focus rather, not your time. Manage your focus, not your time. Write that down. If you learn to manage your focus, you realize that there's enough time. How come you say that you don't have enough time, yet someone like Dr. Pastor Paul Enenche is preaching 3 times a day, counseling people, praying for people. They do midnight prayer at night, wake up in the morning, do healing and deliverance service, then do Wednesday service, then travel to another nation, then come back. How come that we all have the same 24 hours and some are producing results with their 24 hours and some have no result? The difference is that history makers has learned to eliminate every distraction. Have you not heard Bishop Oyedepo said that for 22 years in Lagos, there was only 2 places that he knew. He knew his house and he knew the church for 22 years in Lagos. Bishop David Oyedepo. He said, I knew only 2 places in Lagos, my house and the church, for 22 years. How come you say you don't have? They have learned to manage their. You are focused on managing your time and not your focus. But the goal is to manage focus and not your time. I'm going to say this and I want you to write this down, everyone. You need to have an intense concentration only on what matters the most. You need to have an intense concentration only on what matters the most. Write that down. Intense concentration. Everybody write those 2 words down. Have an intense concentration on what matters the most. That's number 2. Number 2 is that they have learned to freedom from distraction. Number 3, are you ready? I'm addressing the man of God right now. Remember, I said I'll address the man of God, then the plan, and then the goal. I'm addressing the man of God. Number 1 is your capitalization IQ. You can learn anything. You can learn anything. Number 2 is the personal. Number 2 is what I say, freedom from distraction. Number 3 is the personal mastery practice. That's number 3. Personal mastery practice. Can you make this place colder a bit? It's too hot. Just lower the AC. Personal mastery. It's called a personal mastery practice. Write that down. What does that mean? What is a personal mastery? It means to train the best part of you. You know, remember the phrase that I kept asking, what's your one thing? Is to train the best part of you. That's what a personal mastery practice is. It means that if you sweat more in practice, you will bleed less in war. Sweat more in practice is called a personal mastery practice. Sweat more in practice and bleed less in war. The reason why, you see, we put you on the stage and you cannot deliver is that you are bleeding on the stage because you spend less time practicing. Sweat more in practice, bleed less in war. To be the best, you must practice. A players don't get lucky. When you see someone who's an A player, the A-level musicians, the A players don't get lucky. They make luck. Sweat, everybody write this down. Sweat more in practice, bleed less in war. I once read a statistic that says that if you invest 2 hours, 40 minutes daily in improvement to your chosen skill for 10 years, it says you'll be at top of your field. When you see an A Olympic player, when you see someone who's made it to the NBA, when you see someone who's top in their field, they were not lucky. They made luck. That's number 3. Number 4. It's called daily stacking. Daily stacking. I know you thought we were done with school, huh? And I brought you back to school again. The whiteboard, and you're taking notes. Daily stacking. It means that if you create great days, it will stack into a great life. Create great days. Like, what do I mean by that? It is great days that make great weeks. It is great weeks that make great months. It is great months that make great years. So I create, if you own each day of your life, it will guarantee a successful life. If you can own each day, that is, today I own you, and you produce results every day. If you can own each day of your life, it will guaranteed a successful life. I give you a guarantee on this. That if you can own every day of your life, because it is great days that make, that's why I call it day stacking. You put great days together. 7 great days make one great week. How many weeks? 52 great weeks made one great year. Create great days, and it will stack into a great life. And that is why what you do every day is more important than what you do once in a while. Write that down. What you do every day is more important than what you do once in a while. Do we have that? So we've addressed the man of God. We've addressed the man of God. Let's talk about a plan. There's a goal. It's a goalpost. There's a goal. What is a goal? A goal is a dream that has a deadline. That's a goal. A goal is a dream with a deadline. What does that mean? A goal is, people think a goal is a dream. No, a goal is not a dream. It is the deadline. We cannot talk about productivity. Listen to this. We cannot talk about productivity without talking about deadlines. It's back. So if I say that, let's see this. This book, this is a coincidence, called How to Reach Your Life Goals. It wasn't planned. If I say that I want to read this book, that's not a goal. But if I say that I want to read this book in 1 week, that is a dream that has a deadline. So most people have dreams. I mean, there's a lot of dreamers here. But it is the deadline that will force you to produce. Without deadlines, there are no production. So if we just say, I'm going to read one book now, we don't produce. But the moment you put, how many of you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? The moment you put a deadline on it, then it produces. So you say, oh, we want to grow our church. That's a goal. We want to get to 1,000 people. That's not a goal. We want to get to 500 members. That's not a goal. We want to get to 200. That's not a goal. That's just a wish. It is the deadline that makes it move from a wish to a commitment. Is everyone following me? Deadlines is what makes it move from a wish, I'm just wishing, to a commitment. If you say we just want to grow our church, we just want to get to how many nations, we just want to do this, we just want to, that's not a goal. That's why you've not hit 200 people yet, because we want to get to 200 people. Vision 200 people. Vision this, vision that, vision 1,000 people, vision that. And you just have all of these visions, but it's never happening because there's no, so a goal is a dream that has a deadline. And it's a deadline that will force you to produce. But the plan, let's talk about the plan. What's the plan? Planning is bringing my future into my present so that I can do something about it now. Now. Do you understand what I said? What is the plan? It's very simple. This is the definition of a plan. Planning is me bringing that my goal, that future goal. I bring it to my present so that I can do something about it right now. What can I do? Let me say this to you. We don't have yesterday anymore. Yesterday is gone. If you're still living your life thinking about yesterday, I wish I did take the opportunity yesterday. Yesterday is gone. We don't have tomorrow either. You know, have you seen people who say that, oh God, can you just borrow me $1 million from my future money? They wish God would just borrow me 100,000 naira from my future money. Listen, we don't have yesterday. We don't have tomorrow. All we have is now. All we have now is all we have to work with. Now is all that we have. All that we have. I don't have the future to work with. I don't have the past to work with. All now is all. Everybody write this down. Now is all I have to work with. Write it down. So let's talk about the plan. If now is all that I have to work with. Now. We don't have the past, and there's nothing from the past that we can work with. The money's already gone. You wasted it already. We don't have our future money yet. All you have is now is all I have to work with. And the reason why the reason why that is powerful, now is all I have to work with. Yes, all our gospel. That's true. If for my favor. Now is all I have to work with. Arinze Michael. Type it, everybody. Now is all we have to work with. Precious Thomas. Now is all I have to work with. Now is all I have to work with. Now is all we have to work with. Now, the reason why that is powerful, and I commend everyone who has taken the time to come watch this. I see your interest in personal development. You've proven your special interest. In development. Elijah, now is all we have to work with. Now, the reason why that is powerful is because there's something called Present reward over future reward. Present reward over future reward. What does that mean? Present over future. What does that mean? It means that the further away a reward is, the smaller the immediate motivation to achieve it. Just hold it. I'm going to get to what I'm getting to. We'll talk about the man of God. We're talking about the plan now. The plan. It means that the further that the goal is, the less immediate motivation that we have to achieve it. So the reason why we're bringing the goal to now is because the further away this goal is, the less motivation that we have to even push or even try to get there, because it's just so far away. So let me give you an example. $300 and $100. Which one is bigger? Obviously, $300 is bigger, obviously. But if I come to tell you now that I want you to pick one. Everybody pick one. $100 now or $300 in 3 years. Which one would you take? $100 now or $300 in 3 years. Which one would you take? Somebody tell me. Listen to this. Listen carefully. If I say, hey, I want to give you $100 now, or in 3 years I'll give you $300, which one would you take? Obviously, I don't know about you, but I'll take the $100 now. And majority of people would take the $100 now over $300 in 3 years. So what does that mean? It means that the further away a goal is, the less motivation. The less motivation you have to even achieve it. Even though $300 is 2 or 3 times the size of $100, is that there's an immediate motivation to reach a goal now. So I'm going to do this and I'll give you the formula for momentum, which is the goal. You have this big goal or this big picture. But this is the focus. This is what I call the focusing, or the focusing question, which is your focus. You need to ask yourself the question. This is a question you have to ask yourself. What is the one thing that I can do right now to achieve my someday goal? This is what a plan is about. This is how to get a plan. This is how to get a plan. You ask yourself a question. Everybody ask yourself this question. What is the one thing that I can do right now? This is your small focus. What is the one thing that I can do right now to achieve my someday goal? Do you have the what is it called? The cards? What do you call that? The domino effect. What is the one thing I can do right now? That's a plan to achieve my someday goal. It's called a focusing question. That question helps you think and focus. I have a goal to grow my church to 1,000 people. What is the one thing? I have a goal to grow what is the one thing? This is what I call the focusing question. What is the one thing I can do right now? Have you ever seen this? You put a card together. People focus on the someday goal, the 5-year goal, the 1-year goal, the weekly goal, the monthly goal. But the main thing you should focus on is not the someday goal. It's what can I do right now? That's what a plan is. This is not hope. This is where we move from hoping and waiting and chance to what can I do now to achieve my someday goal. I have this big goal someday. And the way success works is that all I have to do is to achieve what I now, and the domino effect. The domino effect takes place. Now put the goal to the one thing. Go to the one thing. The funnel. Now I'm going to give you this assignment, everyone. This is an assignment I want to give to you. Do this, everyone. I call it goal setting to the now. Goal setting to the now. Everybody do this. Some of you promise me you'll do it. This is very simple. Goal setting to the now. It's very simple. Goal setting now means that what is my someday goal? For me, as my goal is, this is my someday goal in the next 10 years, is that we're going to be frontlining global evangelism in 10 years, the next decade. That's why I told you that the next decade is going to be a decade of transition. So let's say that someday goal is 10 years. So what is my someday goal? Frontlining global evangelism. So then now I said the next question you ask yourself is that based on my someday goal, what is the one thing I can do in the next 5 years to achieve my someday goal? You ask yourself that question. The next thing you ask yourself is that based on my 5-year goal, what is the one thing I can do to achieve what is the one thing I can do this year to achieve my 5-year goal? Then you ask yourself, based on my 1-year goal, what is the one thing I can do this month to achieve my monthly goal? Now, weekly, based on my monthly goal, what is the one thing I can do this week? Based on my monthly goal, what is the one thing I can do this week to achieve my monthly goal? Now, daily. Based on my weekly goal, what is the one thing I can do today to achieve my... Listen, as you are doing this, you are getting closer to your someday goal. Believe me. Then you ask yourself, so you go from today, ask yourself, based on my today goal, do you have a goal every day? Do you have a goal? Based on my today's goal, what is the one thing I can do right now to achieve my someday goal? It's a funnel. In that you get a plan. So what's the one thing I can do tomorrow? No, what is the one thing I can do right now to achieve my someday goal? So let me help you with something. This is what I call the formula for momentum. If you're ready. The formula for momentum. Bring it back to me. Everybody write this down in the comments. Formula for momentum. I talked about the man of God. I talked about the plan. Let's talk about the goal. How to achieve the goal. The formula for momentum. How do I achieve momentum in my ministry? The formula for momentum. Are you ready? This is what I call strategy. Are you being blessed or am I wasting my time today? I want to help you stop wasting your time. I've talked about a formula for visibility. I've talked about every formula. Let's talk about a formula for momentum. If you're ready, put it up for me. It's very simple. Number one, do less, do more. Do it every day. Do it for 1 year minimum. Listen to this. Listen to this. Do less, do more. Do it every day. Do it for 1 year. Write it down. This is a strategy. This is a strategy for momentum. This is an unconventional productivity system. Do less, Do more. Do it every day. Do it for 1 year. Some say this is the best summit I've attended in the last decade. There might be none like this in the next decade either. Do less, do more. Do it every day. Do it for 1 year. I'll explain what I mean. What do I mean by do less? I talked about very well the last day. It's what's your one thing? I call it the principle of the one. A focused fool will achieve more than a distracted genius. Do less. A focused fool, a fool who is focused, will achieve way more than a distracted genius. The one who is spreading himself everywhere, he's spreading himself thin, but yet he's a genius. A fool who is focused will achieve more than a distracted genius. Do less is the focus. Bring my principle of the one. I call this the principle of the one. One target, one problem, one offer, one platform for 1 year. This is the principle of the one. You have one target. These are my target. These are the people I'm trying to reach. One target, one problem, one offer, one platform. Let me talk about one platform. I see a lot of people, they make a post. And when they make a post, this is a funny thing, then they collaborate them and their ministry posts together. And it never does well. Every post that you collaborate with just doesn't do well. So you take your page and just post it on your page. Find one platform. Let's build one platform first. And build your platform. Let me talk about one platform. Bring it back to me. Let's talk about one platform. Then I'll continue. When I say one platform, what I mean is very simple. Is that people want to follow you. They don't want to follow your ministry. So there is no organization in the world, probably maybe only a little exception, where the organization has more followers than the founder. I'll explain what I mean. For example, TD Jakes and the Potter's House. Go look at their social media. TD Jakes will always have more followers than the Potter's House because people want to follow TD Jakes. They don't want to follow the Potter's House. Let me bring it closer to you. Apostle Emmanuel Iren and Celebration Church International. The page. Apostle Emmanuel Iren probably has 1 million followers. Celebration Church, I don't know. Except I look at it. But people want to follow you. They don't want to follow your organization. So when you are building your social media, for example, build your social, make the post on your social, your what's it called? Your ministry or your organization, social media and all this stuff. I mean, they can come later at the beginning. At the beginning, people want to follow you. My page will have more followers than Mega Harvest page. People want to follow you, not the organization. So people, they make a post, they're trying to make it on their page and trying to post it, and it never does well. But if you take that same post and make it on you, your page, your platform, people want to follow you. The principle of the one. One target, one problem, one offer, one platform. One platform, build it on one, your one platform. Build one platform, grow one. Don't collaborate with you on your ministry page when you grow your platform. So bring him out. So do less. Isn't it amazing? I don't want to say crazy. Isn't it amazing that people think that when I want to focus, so you see every new year, people say, I'm going to be serious this year. Then they start to add, they come up with New Year resolution. I'm going to do this. 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 Why who told you that focus is adding more things? Focus is the elimination of distraction, not the adding of distractions. So number one, do less. One message, one platform, one solution, one audience, one goal, one. What's your one message? What's your one platform? What's your one target? What's your one offer? What's your one solution? What's one? Do less. Then number two, do more. When you find your one thing, then do more. Give it volume. Repetition. When you find that one thing, so you eliminate every distraction. You find it. So this is a formula for momentum. Your one thing, do less, then do more. Do it in volumes. Just spread it. Just spread it. Just more. Just release more volumes of it. More content. Outwork yourself through repetition. It's called compounding. Let me explain what I mean. Have you ever heard of the compound effect before? When I say do more, I mean compound. Compound it. It's called the compound effect. So you might not be feeling the change, but it's making a difference. So let me give you an example. For example, in the 90-day challenge, because I'm gonna give you a hint, but the 90-day challenge is for members of Mega Harvest Network. But this is a hint for one of the things we say in the 90-day challenge is social media. One of the challenge I challenge people in the 90-day challenge is social media, and I challenge them to post twice every day. Post twice. Do you have the post twice every day guy video? Let's see that. I'm only gonna give you this one.
Can I give you one piece of advice that will change your life if you take it seriously?
Yes, sir.
Post twice a day, every day, 7 days a week for a year, and you will be a completely different person. It could be anything. You just got to get yourself in that consistent habit of posting.
I'm trying to get more comfortable making the content, so I've been recording more than I posted, but it's like you said,
you just got to post it, bro. I talk about getting like 100 dirty reps. So you just got to get 100 reps under your belt before you judge whether or not it's good. Because if you don't get 100 reps, then you'll judge it before it goes out. But sometimes something that you put out will end up going viral, and you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. But if you judge it before you put it out, then you'll never know.
Good? Bring it back to me. This is one of the challenges I challenge people. Post twice in your whatever field. Whatever field. So let's think about this. Let's think about this, and I'm gonna wrap. Do less, do more. If you post twice every day for 90 days, that is how many posts is that? That is 180 days. If you post twice every day for 90 days, that's 180 days. Even if they all get, let's say 200 views each, 200 times 180. 200 times 180. 36,000. That'll be 30. So it's the compounding. Now, but think about this. In 90 days, let's say you've made a post. In 90 days, and you're talking about the same thing for 90 days. In 90 days, you would have spoken 180 times. Let's say you deviate a bit. Let's say you give it at least 60, 70%. In 90 days, you would have spoken at least 120 times on the same topic. What are you doing? You are establishing yourself as an authority in that field. Why do you go and search for David Digger on the Holy Spirit and there's like thousands of volumes, short form, long form, reels, pictures, books, just on the Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit. The compound is, the more is you're establishing yourself as, you rob yourself the opportunity to become an authority if you don't compound. Compound. Help me block the guy called Chris Beloved Followers. Just block him out of the broadcast. It's called compound. The compound effect. You do this, you do, and think about this. The more you do it, so let's say they're getting only 200 views. The more you do it, suddenly some will begin to pick up. For example, Etim, before he's part of the Mega Harvest Network, and he started to make posts. And before I taught him what kind of posts to make, how to make it. He was getting about 100 views on his posts when he make a post. Now he gets in the thousands. I mean. So the more you do it, the more you learn the algorithm, the more you learn how it works, the more you know what works, like I showed you yesterday, exceptional content. Eventually, as we are talking, before 90 days, you'll be having posts with 50,000 views, 70,000 views. I see. Eventually, in 90 days, over 100,000 new people would have come in contact with your ministry. I mean, that's how I found this guy. What's his name? It was this young guy's name. Peniel. Samuel. I was going through, every time I scroll, I see this guy. He's preaching like Oropo, talking like Oropo, preaching like Oropo. And one day, I mean, eventually, this is what compound is about, is that if you go to a store today, I said this yesterday, they don't know your name. You buy what you want to buy. The next day, you go back to the same store. Oh, they don't. By the third time, fourth time, fifth time, seventh time, eighth time, ninth time, by the 30th time, they know your name. They know what you come to order. They know what you like. They know what you don't like. It's the compound. So I began to see his posts and see his posts. Oh, this guy preaching like. Then listen, I sent a message to Apostle Michael Oropo. I said, Apostle, there's a young boy I want you to meet. This guy's preaching like you. He talks like you, sound like you. And he said, send me his video. I sent him his video. I said, Apostle, I need, so I sent him a message. I said, have you ever met Apostle Michael Oropo before? He said, no. I said, how can you be preaching like him, sounding like him, and you've never met him before? I said, then I sent him, so I spoke to Apostle. I got a date for him. I said, Apostle, this guy's going to come and meet you. So I told him, go. So I booked him a date, booked an appointment. But it was just, I kept seeing the guy. And boom, it's the compound. If I look at your page, the last time you made a post was 1 month ago. But you look at, let's say, someone like Apostle Femi Lazarus' page, and he's made posts 2 times today, 2 times tomorrow, 3 times, and you posted one month. You posted one 1 month ago. Your page is empty. There's nothing. And people say, preacher, why don't nobody gives me money? Why should, when I come on your page, what should I sow? I don't see anything to sow into there. I don't see anything to give to there. There's nothing. There's nothing there. I don't see what you are doing. And if I come on your page, I see the crusades, the compound. The exceptional content, you create those I talked about. If you haven't watched yesterday, you need to go back and watch yesterday how to create exceptional ministry content. You create them, you just keep doing them. One sermon, you can get five videos from that one sermon. You compound it. If you are not yet preaching, you don't have platform yet, sit down, record yourself, create John Mega Harvest Network. I show the way you can create exceptional. Keep doing that. You are compounding. You do it. Do less, do more. Should we post on Reels? Yes, more Reels. Do less, do more. Word and Global said, you sent me a template of video to make. I did it, and those videos have thousands of views. That's accurate. He said, I said, do this, try to record this, do this. And he said, those videos are in the thousands of views. Do less, do more. What is next? Compound. Do it every day. Do it every day. Number 3. Do it every day. Every day. I say what you do every day is better than what you do once a while. You are a daily habit away from not recognizing yourself. I'm telling you. If you join the 90-day challenge and you do it for 90 days, you will not recognize yourself. You are one daily habit away from not recognizing yourself, not recognizing your ministry. I mean, the people who are doing the 90-day challenges, we're getting invitations already. We're getting opportunities already. More people are seeing us. They're finding out about us. Compound. Distribution. I mean, how many scrolls do you have to scroll before you see an Apostle Joshua Sermon's video? How many? How many scroll do you scroll then you see Apostle Joshua Sermon? How many scroll do you scroll before you see Celebration Church? Or how many scroll do you scroll before? They've compounded. They compounded the internet. Someone said, I've never been blessed by this. It's more than the money to me. There's no money here. You're even getting this for free. Do less, do more. Do it every day. If you commit to these 5 daily habits, daily, these are the 90-day challenge is 5 daily habits I give you to do every day. If you commit to these 5 daily habits, you will not recognize yourself. Because the consistency will beat talent all the time. Consistency, I said that one more time. Consistency will beat talent all the time. So, what is the formula? Compound plus consistency. Compound. Consistency. Momentum. Do less, do more. Someone said the formula is simple, even strangers can, even toddlers can understand. Do less, do more, do it daily. And do it for 1 year. 1 year. That's number 4. Number 4, do it for 1 year. The reason why I say do it for 1 year is that the world belongs to those who can keep doing without seeing result. That's what the world belongs to those, if you can keep going without seeing the result. What an asset you are. Thank you. If you can keep going, the world, everybody write this down. The world belongs to those who can keep going without seeing result. You keep going with the right activity. You're doing it. You're doing this in 90 days. That's the reason why I said 90-day challenge is that you're bringing the goal closer. You do it for 90 days. I'm telling you, 90 days, you'll not recognize yourself. You take that 90 days. You go from 90 days. You go, what's next? What did I say? 90 days, 6 months, 1 year. That's why I encourage everyone. 1 year, I'm going to give a certificate at Holy Ghost Festival 2027. But do it first. Try it for 90 days. There's no one who do this for 90 days. Someone says this is applicable to branch minister. I mean, does anybody own your page? You can post whatever you want to post. And do it for 90 days. Can we repost the messages we posted before? If it was not exceptional, don't do it. It has to be make it exceptional. Do it how I taught you yesterday. Then post it. Recreate it. Make it exceptional. make them click. What is an exceptional content? Make them click, make them watch, make them react. That's you have to go back to yesterday to watch it. And also do less formula for momentum. Do less, do more. Do it every day. Do it for 1 year minimum. And I'm telling you, see the result. You will not even recognize your ministry in 1 year. That's why I want to invite every minister, everyone who's watching. If you're ready for transformation in your ministry, you're ready, preacher, I'm ready. Let's go to the next level together. I'm telling you, the next decade, God is raising up new voices, apostolic voices, prophetic voices, evangelistic voices that will change the world. And I'm looking for just 1,000 members of Mega Harvest Network only, and we're done. We close it, and that's it in Nigeria. 1,000 members of Mega Harvest who's going to come join this 90-day challenge that is going on right now. And it's very simple. So there's no excuse to anyone. What is Mega Harvest Network? I'm going to explain it one more time, then I'm going to take your questions. So just give me 10 more minutes, 15 minutes, and I'm going to wrap it up. What is Mega Harvest Network? It is where global ministries begin. If you feel called to have a worldwide ministry, you say, preacher, I saw the transformation. If you saw the transformation that has taken place in our ministry, and if you saw that the payment method is a challenge, we've switched it now. So you can now make payment either with the card and with a transfer now. But I'm going to just give me 5 minutes. I'm going to explain to you. And those who are saying they already made payment and they don't have access, give me a minute. I'll explain to you. But more than goal, but some visibility increase in these 90 days. If you see the transformation that has taken place in our ministry, from where we started to where we've been to just in a short period of time, it can happen for anyone. It's not luck, it's decisions. It can happen for anyone. That transformation, you want the same transformation in your ministry, in your child. That's why we began Mega Harvest Network. Mega Harvest Network is a place for the how-to of directions. Someone to tell you how to. Nobody tells anybody how to do anything. How to. So what is inside of Mega Harvest Network? When you become a member of Mega Harvest Network, number one is the the first instant benefit you get when you become a member is over 30 hours. This is 30 hours worth of classroom like this. If you love, how many of you love this classroom I did in 3 days? I have 30 hours worth of classroom that I've done inside of Mega Harvest Network, where I teach step by step, from starting how to plan your first meeting, crusade planning, how to receive an offering, creating exceptional, the art and the science of preaching. Someone asks, is a preacher, do you have a book on development? I mean, tell me, everything you need to develop is here. The prophetic, how to develop your prophetic gift, 101. If I were to launch a church, in 2026, how to use digital marketing, that's ads, how to use that marketing to grow your audience. Listen, that video alone on using digital marketing to grow your audience, people pay thousands of dollars. It's worth over $3,000 to learn digital marketing. $3,000. And if you want to pay an agency to do it for you, you pay millions just for someone to run it for you. But you can learn it for yourself. You can have someone in your ministry to learn it and do it, and that's it. And you have all of those classrooms ready for you instantly. Then we have the 90 days, so bring it back. We have the 90-day challenge going on right now, just so the members of so this is just something for accountability. You're doing that every day for 90 days. Every day, do less, do more, do it every day, do it for 90 days. Start with 90 days, then 6 months, then 1 year. And see if in 1 year, twice a day for 1 year, that's over 700 and something posts you would have made in 1 year. See if more people would have not heard about your ministry, found out about your ministry, following your ministry already. Beyond that, apart from the vote of teaching there, I come on there live once to twice a month, and we have more personal classroom interaction where you can ask your questions one-on-one. Well, how can we do this? I bring in experts. I bring in friends of mine. I bring in mentors of mine who can come in there and teach you once a month. And here's how you can do it. Yeah. All the people who has inspired me, I bring them on that platform once a month, twice a month, and we have live classes there. The next class we're doing, I'm going to talk about the do's and taboos of global ministry. We have you have access to, and the big part of it, can I say this to you? This is where Mega Harvest Network, there's nothing like that anywhere. Is that before the doors begin to open to you to go to the nations of the world, before the doors open to you to begin to travel, see the nations, before the opportunities come, I want to give you access to see and to experience the global ministry from behind the scene. That is, after you become a member of Mega Harvest Network for 4 to 6 months, that's the criteria. From 4 to 6 months, we take members of Mega Harvest Network when we have international meetings, when we have our crusades across the world. We will take members of Mega Harvest Network, obviously qualified members of Mega Harvest Network, for you to experience I'm going to be in Brazil. In July. I'm preaching at 3 of the largest churches in Brazil. One will be 3,000 seats, one is 4,000 seats, one is 5,000 seats. 3 of those churches in Brazil. And I have people come with me. I have people come and join me from Nigeria and from Ghana. And these are just members of Mega Harvest Network, just to experience a global ministry from behind the scene. How you can see a global ministry, experience that ministry. With the mass crusades too, you can see it from behind, not just attend the meeting, you can learn it. There's nowhere, you cannot find that anywhere. And all of that you can get if you sign up there, put it up, and it's just 10,000 naira. Only. And the reason why I do that is that I don't want Mega Harvest Network to be free. I mean, people say, I don't want it to be free. People who don't pay no attention. People who pay no attention. So I want people who can make commitment, and I made it something that anyone who can afford this. Every 500, how many people watching now? 600. Every single person watching this can afford this. And the boundary yesterday was that the only way to pay yesterday was a card. Today, you can pay using a card and a transfer. So, no, that's not it. Put it back to Mega Harvest. That's not a transfer. The transfer is in Mega Harvest Network. So the way to do it is very simple. If you go to www.megaharvestnetwork.com, you click on subscribe to become a member. Just listen to this instruction, because people ask the question. Just listen to this instruction once a while. It's not an account number. Let me show you how it works. You go to www.megaharvestnetwork.com. Click on subscribe to become a member. It will ask you for your name. It will ask you for your email. It will ask you for your phone number. When you click that, then it will give you 2 options. Do you want to pay with a card, or do you want to pay with a bank? If you want to pay with a card, you click on card. It will let you put your card details and you can pay. If you want to pay with a bank, you click on bank. Then it will let you put your account number. Then it will give you the account number that you can pay with, and you can pay with instantly. It will take you to become a member. Now, when it takes you to the front page, it's very simple. You have the same email that you use for the payment. Just sign up. Now, where a lot of people are getting questioned, they're saying that I'm not getting the secure code after I sign up. Check your spam messages. Usually it goes there. If you don't get it, it means that your email might be full. Delete some messages in your emails. If you delete those messages in your emails, you will get it. Look at your spam messages, it's probably there, or delete your email. Your email might be full. That's the 2 things you can do. And if you still don't get it, just send a message to put up the phone number. Some say it's a monthly payment of 10,000 naira. Put the phone number. 070-666-45117. So if you send a message to that number, 070-666-45117. When you send a message to that number, just send us a receipt that you've paid, and if you're unable to get the code, we'll be able to add you through your email when we confirm that you've paid. Someone says, how long will this be on? Omotebi, I think you're already a member of Mega Harvest Network, the global one. This is a different one just for Nigeria. There's people who cannot join from Nigeria. So I challenge everyone, every 600 people who's watching this today, there's no reason why. Try it for 1 month. You can cancel anytime. So, I mean, you don't have, if you join and you don't see the result you're looking for, you can cancel anytime. So try it for 1 month. Someone said PayPal. If you can, this is just for Nigeria. So in Nigeria, you can do a bank transfer and you can do a card. So there's no reason. We've resolved the bank problem. Everybody yesterday was saying the bank, the bank, the bank, the bank, the bank, the bank. If you want to pay by the end of this month, does he allow, sir? You can check. If you check by the end of this month and it's not yet 1,000 members, you can become. But if it's 1,000 members, that's all we take for Nigeria, because this is a global thing. We're gonna have one in Ghana. We already have one in the US and Canada. We already have one. So it repeats the number. The number is on the screen: 070-666-45117. Can you type the website for them on the comments so they can and pin it? So every single person go to there's no restriction today, so you can either pay with a bank or you can pay with what's it called? Someone said you appreciate you are gracious. Much love, brother. God bless you. God bless you. Will the content be continually added to the 30 hours? Obviously. I have videos more on crusade planning coming up. I have videos on rules of full-time ministry coming up. There will constantly be content uploaded there. It's a vault of all the how-to that you need of ministry. Since I'm not in Nigeria, I can only use PayPal. If you're not in Nigeria, I'm going to give you this website, and then you can join the global network of Mega Harvest. It is school. This is if you're not in Nigeria. Can you type that but don't pin it? Type it for school, SKOOL.com/MH network if you're not in Nigeria. But if you're in Nigeria, this is the one for you. It is Mega Harvest Network. How many of you are already inside? You're already members of Mega Harvest Network. When you go in, there's a place for discussion. Under discussion, you can make a post. You can reply to comments. You can send a message. You can send me a message directly on Mega Harvest Network. You can see a chat. So there's a chat place. There's a place to make a post. People can reply. I just ask that don't make any post that's not related to the platform. I saw someone yesterday made a whole post on something, but we deleted it. So don't make a post that's not related to the platform, but just something related to what you're learning right there on the platform. You can put that right there. That's the post. You can make a post. You can send a message. Then if you click on learning, inside of learning, you see a vault of classroom there. All the courses are there. All the classrooms are there. So it's very simple. Sounds like I'm there. How many members do we have yet joining today? I actually understand what you're saying. Once I'm in, I'm forever until you. No. You can cancel whenever you want. Whenever you're done, you can say I'm done and you can leave whenever you want. But it takes, so you have to be a member for 4 to 6 months for the global opportunity, and then after 1 year, we're going to give everyone a certificate. And it's an opportunity. For the goal of Mega Harvest Network is transformation of your ministry, to transform your ministry from starting, launch, growing, global, and a change, a forever change. So everyone, so thank you. This is eye opening. Everybody, every single person, try it for 1 month and see. Someone that I joined yesterday, can my wife join too? Please add your wife, add everyone you can do. It's very simple. Let me explain again. Go to www.megaharvestnetwork.com. When you do that, someone say, hi, appreciate it. Thank you for your mentorship. God bless you. How do we know when to renew? It will automatically renew. You don't have to worry when to renew. Oh, okay. So, Motebi, if you want to join this, that's great. You can do that. So, just the same way, just go to megaharvestnetwork.com. Megaharvestnetwork.com. When you go in there, click on. Someone say OPay bank is not showing. It doesn't take fintech bank. It takes real bank, actual bank. So if you use your real bank, don't use your OPay or don't use anything. Someone say, can I pay for 4 months once? If you want to do that, you have to send a message to that number and they'll let. If you want to pay for 1 year, there are people who want to pay for 1 year. If you want to pay for 1 year upfront, just send a message to 070-666-45117. I can see today there's no restrictions. There's no, because the transfer is there, and The transfer is there and everything is there. But 1,000 members of Mega Harvest Network from Nigeria. This is going to be the 1,000 voices that are emerging, rising, and shaking the nation. The 1,000 voices rising, emerging, shaking the nation. Someone said, can we replay the program? Those, yeah, you have about 4 days more to replay this program. So these videos are going to be live for 7 days, and after 7 days, they're going to be up, and you cannot find it anymore, except you're in Mega Harvest Network, of course. But after 7 days, this video will be off the internet. 7 days only. So you have the opportunity today to do it. Sign up today. Do it for 1 month and see if you people just do it for 1 month. Then wait next month. God's gonna bless you. Can I have a PayPal? You cannot have a PayPal. You have to go on the website and do it. My email is not sending the secure code. I explained that to you. If your email is not getting the code, there's probably 2 reasons. One is that your email might be full. So that's what we got yesterday. Many people's email were full. Either delete some things from your email, and if you still don't get it after you delete some things from your email, send a message. Send a message to what's it called? To the number on the screen. And after you've paid, you go sign up, then sign in. That's it. Sign up, become a member, then you sign in. That's very easy. And every day, I encourage everyone, every day, make sure you go on the website, log in as a member, see if there's any new announcement there. See, someone said, please, is this 10,000 once or for how many times? It's once a month. You're a great man of God. Thank you. And if you're doing the transfer, just make sure the same number that you have in that bank, the same phone number, the same email, just everything the same. And whatever account number you put there, make sure you use the same account number to make the transfer. I have login but can't see the group. Did you sign up first or did you log in? Someone said, what is the 10K for? I just joined now. It's your commitment. Ask me what the 10K is for. God bless you. How many of you have enjoyed these last 3 days? How many of you have enjoyed these last 3 days? Before you ask questions, just read the screen. Like before you say, where's the number? Just look at the screen and the number is there. Before you say, is it every month? Just look at the screen. It says 10,000 per month. It's all on the screen. And if you're still struggling, you can send a message to 070-666-45117. So thank you for this program. Come on, I want to know, where were you at when you watched this program? Did you enjoy it? How was it? Can one pay at once or pay twice? If you, I don't understand the question. Since I've really enjoyed these last 3 days. How many of you really enjoyed these last 3 days? You felt like, man, you really gave us secrets. How many of you feel like your ministry is changing already? The email is not sending the code. If the email is not sending the code, 3 things you can do. 1, delete things from your email. Your email is too full. 2, check your spam or your junk messages. If you check your junk messages, you should find it there. If you don't find it there, just send a message to that number and they'll be able to do it. Someone say, thank you. I've received a mindset shift building global ministry in these last 3 days. It was great. . if you struck, if sometimes I couldn't pay via bank transfer. If you couldn't pay via bank transfer, the probable reason might be that the phone number and the email you put at the beginning is not related to the one in your bank. If you put the same phone number and the same email, it would generate where you can make the transfer to. I launched my ministry last week Monday, and this message was timely. Moving to the next stage of ministry. That's awesome. The house of prayer and the prophetic. That's awesome, Emmanuel. God bless you. God bless your ministry. Make sure you don't leave. I'm going to pray for everyone. Everybody, you've been waiting for prayer. I'm going to pray for everyone. I'm going to pray for an impartation, the release of the spirit of grace and supplication on everyone. Sounds that I saw 65,000. Is the 65,000 is that Mega Harvest Network in other countries is 65,000 naira a month. That's what it takes. If you want, so this is a huge discount for Nigeria only. Mega Harvest Network in other countries is 65,000 naira a month. Can I just pay an actual account number? It's an actual account number. But if you're still having problems, just send a message to 070-666-45117. And I'm gonna pray for everyone. We're gonna pray for everyone before we go. If you haven't, do me a favor before I pray for everyone. Can you help me like this video? Help me like this video. Help me send this video and the whole playlist to every minister of the gospel that you know. If you know ministers of the gospel over this nation who's not watched this broadcast, I want you to help me send this video, especially day 2 and today. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Spread the word. Spread the words to your friend. Spread the songs that I asked if you can pay first week of July. Yes, you can. If you come on there and if there's less than 1,000 members, you can. But let's pray about that. I'd like to invite you for our annual Pastors and Leaders Conference. You go on my website and do it. It has been great. That's awesome. I'm trying to log in and can't see it. I've learned a lot in the last 3 days. I rarely comment online, but I thought to say thank you, Preacher Jay, for this teaching. I have many takeaways with me. Thank you. How many of you have like pages of notes that you've written down for 3 days? You've written down lots of pages of notes. Sounds like I'm thinking this platform should be an app. Yes, we're going to make it an app in the next 3 to 4 weeks. It's going to be an app in the next 3 to 4 weeks. The only reason why we're doing this and we did it urgently was because last week 900 people requested on Instagram if they can be members of Mega Harvest Network. So we're doing this for people who requested to be members of Mega Harvest Network. And I mean, this you can comment. You see people writing messages there, making a post. When you come in, introduce yourself. Say hello, Preacher Jay. I'm a pastor. I pastor in this state. Write a comment that I can read. I'm gonna read your post there. So, hello, Preacher Jay. I'm a pastor. I pastor this church. I've been pastoring for 3 years, and just say anything you want to say. I can read it, and I'll reply your comments when I come in there. But do that and just introduce yourself in the platform when you come in. Then every day do this. Every day log in there, check for an update. If you want an update, check for an update. If you click on events there, you're gonna see when we're gonna have the next classroom there. On event, you see the next classroom there. And all of that. Not really everyone here is Nigeria. I wish I have it now and I'll love the payment immediately. So do your best, find a way in the next 3 to 4 days. Sounds that I have 24 pages of notes written down. You can write a book from you can write the book from this 3-day summit if you have 24 pages written down. 24 pages. Please, what social medias do you advise? What platform do you advise that I stick to? I love Instagram. And the reason why I love Instagram, let me tell you something. Almost every man of God does their Instagram themselves, but they don't do their Facebook themselves. So If you people on Facebook, it's like someone in their ministry, their media director running their Facebook. But when you go on Instagram, everybody. I met Dr. Rodney on Instagram. I met everybody on Instagram. Everybody that I met David Diga on Instagram. I met everybody on Instagram. So I love Instagram because it's very personal. If you do Facebook, most people just have Facebook pages. They don't run it themselves. But Instagram is that platform where you find the man of God himself running the page. Is likely to see your stuff. If you make a comments there and stuff, they're likely to see it. You know. If you don't yet follow me on Instagram, Preacher J, please mention your name in full. Oh, my name is Joseph Achanya, Achanya. If you don't yet follow me on Instagram, you could put up the way they can join me on Instagram. Preacher J. It is Preacher J on Instagram. Sounds like my problem has been confusion where to start and how to start. Where to start and how to start. Before I move on, I want to pray for everyone. Does anyone still have a confusion about becoming a member of Mega Harvest Network? Is there anyone who still has a confusion? Is there anyone still with a confusion about becoming a member of Mega Harvest Network? Thank you so much. If you don't, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray for everyone who's watching right now. I'm going to pray for everyone. But before I do, I want to give everyone, some of which social media do I just said Instagram. But before I do, I want to give everyone the opportunity to sow a seed or sow an offering, to give an offering into our ministry. Put up the way you can give an offering. If this teaching has been a blessing to you, there are some people who said Mega Harvest Network should be ₦1 million. Now you can sow ₦1 million to the ministry. So put up the transfer. If this has been a blessing to you, I want to encourage you to, here's the offering. You can give an offering if you feel led. If I know there are many pastors, many ministers of the gospel watching this, many people from all over the nation of Nigeria. Our ministry is a ministry that takes the gospel across the nations of the world. We literally take the gospel across the whole nation of the world. We've been in 13 nations of the world. Thousands are hearing the gospel already, and you can be a part of it. But beyond that is also to connect. I know you love to connect, so here's an opportunity to connect to what the Lord is doing through our ministry. Andrew Womack said, "So where you want to go." This is Andrew Womack. Andrew Womack said, if you want to go somewhere, you find someone who's there, plant the seed and sow where you want to go. So I encourage everyone to plant the seed. This is the account number. Take a screenshot of this. Everybody plant the seed. The Bible says those who preach the gospel should be supported by those who benefited from it. So if you have benefited from these 3 days, you can do this. This is Zenith Bank Mega Harvest Global Mission. 101-7539-587. 101-7539-587. I want to encourage every single person who's watching this to plant the seed. Sow where you want to go. Sow a seed in faith. Believe in God for a total transformation. Let me tell you a story. This is a story that took place in 2019 as I received the offering, and I'll let you go. In 2019, someone had given me 100,000 naira for the first time. This was a friend of mine. His dad gave me 100,000 naira. Our ministry was just about a year old. We were struggling. When he gave me 100,000 naira, I thought to myself, man, this is breakthrough. I'd never received 100,000 naira in the ministry. So, I rejoiced so much. I took the money in my hand. This was November 2019. I literally used my knees and I screamed on the ground. I scratched my knees on the ground. I was so happy to receive 100,000 naira. The very next month, I went to Shiloh 2019. And Bishop Oyedebo, that they were receiving the Shiloh sacrifice. 2019, Bishop Oyedebo, Shiloh sacrifice. And the Lord spoke to me to sow that money. I had spent about 30,000 from it. It was 70,000 left. The Lord spoke to me to sow that money to Bishop Oyedepo's ministry. I said, what? That's all the money we have. This is our breakthrough money. This is, 70,000. This is the biggest money. This is for crusade. I already made plan with the money. And the Lord, I felt in my heart, sold the 70,000 naira to Bishop Oyedepo. So 2019, that was the biggest offering we ever gave as a ministry. I took 70,000 naira and I sold it to Bishop Oyedepo's ministry. When I did, Papa was making declarations and this is what he said. He said, your long-awaited year has finally arrived. Go watch Shiloh 2019. He said, that is the year you've been waiting for, has arrived. And immediately the Lord said to me, that's your word. That's your word. That's the word you sowed into. I took my paper and I wrote it down. My long-awaited year has finally arrived. I wrote it down. The next year, 2020, was the year our ministry broke through. That was the year I went international for the first time. That was the year I connected with Jonathan Shuttlesworth. The next year, 2019, we received $1,000 5 times from 5 different ministries overseas. 5 times in 2020. This was December 2019. I gave 70,000 naira as my largest offering. 70,000 naira. And then he said, your long-awaited year has finally arrived. So I want to challenge everyone, just before we pray, and I'm beginning to make declarations. If you feel led in your heart, the Lord speaks to you, and if this has been a blessing to you, every single person to sow a seed today from 70,000 naira. I wish I'll meet, if you know Bishop David Oyedepo, tell him, Papa, this testimony is for you. I wish I'll meet him one day, and I'll tell him, 2019, Shiloh 2019, I sold 70,000 naira as the largest offering we've ever given as a ministry. And today, we have a multi-millions of naira ministry. Multi-million of naira. We spent hundreds of millions in mass crusade from 70,000 naira. That's the testimony. Someone said this to me yesterday before I go. He said, preacher, you are the only one who has told us the truth. Everyone else has lied to us that we just have to give, we just have to pray, we just have to fast. So let me address that. It is not a lie. It is not a lie. It's not a lie that you have to give. I sow a lot. I'm a big giver. It's not a lie that we have to fast. It's not a lie that so I had to reply to the person. I said, it's not a lie. It's still all part of the principle. It's just that we were only told this. We were never told anything practical. So it's not a lie that we have to give. It's not a lie that we have to fast. It's not a lie that we have to sow. It's all still part of the principle. So I encourage everyone, if the Lord speaks to you right now, to sow a seed, do something generous. Do something that challenges you, plant into this ministry. And I'm going to pray for you the same prayer that Bishop David Oyedepo prayed for me, that your long-awaited year has finally arrived. This is what you've been waiting for. Moste cresi para sopradega sobrandia. Moste crediga sobrantiga sebratoko sobrashi kali lambaraka soprateke yemako. Mimprasto copra seca minta cruza brekia namako sopraketali. Nimaso proto soprateka tekame moso koparashe kabaye katolabaya. Your long-awaited year has finally arrived. The year you've been waiting for is the year of breakthrough. Breakthrough in ministry. Breakthrough in finances. All around breakthrough. Breakthrough in your ministry. Father, make it happen. This is the year they've been waiting for. This is the hour they've been waiting for. All they've been waiting for is Mega Harvest Network. Now it has come. Let ministries be forever transformed. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. And amen. And amen. Just go ahead and plant your seed and sow, give an offering. Give an offering, sow a seed, 1 million naira, 10 million, 20 million, 100 million naira. Plant a seed. But if you're not a part of Mega Harvest Network, bring it back, put it back, and let me explain it one more time. One last time of explanation. One more explanation. If you are not yet part of Mega Harvest Network, go to www.mega. If you enjoyed these last 3 days and you want this to continue for the next month, the next 2 months, the next 3 months, that's all this is about. megaharvestnetwork.com. Those who have registered, help me out. I desperately wonder. megaharvestnetwork.com. When you go in there, there's 2 buttons. Subscribe to be a member or log in as a member. If you're not yet a member, you click subscribe to be a member. When you do that, it will give you where to fill your details, your name, your email address, your phone number. When you do that, it'll give you two options. Do you want to pay by bank or do you want to pay by card? If you want to pay by bank, you click on bank. If you click on bank, it'll give you the payment option to pay with your bank. It'll let you put your bank details. Now it doesn't take fintechs. That is, it doesn't take OPay and Kudan. It takes a real bank like First Bank, Zenith Bank, Access Bank. It takes those banks. You can pay to generate an account number. You can make a transfer. So anybody who wants to make a transfer, you can still make a transfer. On the other hand, if you want to use a card, you can use a card. You put your bank details, your card details, you can use a card. It's a 10,000 naira monthly payment. How do you pay next month? Don't worry. The moment you make this first payment, every month the payment is automatic. You can leave anytime. So if you want to try it out, you say, Preacher, I only have 10,000. I don't know if I will have 10,000 next month. Try it for 1 month. Try it for this month that you have 10,000 naira. Do it. If you're a pastor, let your church pay for you. But think of the value you got here for 3 days. Think of how much, think of 20 hours worth more, then monthly more. Then after 4 months, the opportunity to get a worldwide ministry experience after 4 to 6 months. And after 1 year, you get a certificate to congratulate you that you've done it. Do less, do more, do it every day, do it for 1 year. You've done it successfully for 1 year. When you do that, so when you make the payment, it will lead you back to the front page of the platform. What time do we meet for training? If you want to know what time you meet for training, you click on the event there and it'll give you the what date and what time we meet for the next training. So the way it works is that after you've made your payment, go to sign up. Click on sign up. When you go to sign up, you use the same email. So sign up is where you create your username and your password. Then you are in. So give me the video of how it looks like inside. Let me show you this finally, and then I go. This is just finally. Finally, this is how it looks like inside. So it takes you here. Go back up and pause it. Let me show them up. Start it all over and pause it. So you see up there, you see discussion. Discussion is where you can make a post, you can comment, you can reply people's posts. People share their win. Oh, my video just got 10,000 views today. This just happened to me. Discussion is where you can make a post there. Learning is where you get the courses there. You see learning there. All the videos, the 20 hours worth of videos is what I say there. Events is where you see when we're meeting next. Events. Leaderboard is how you see that I'm growing on this platform. I've been here for how many months and I'm growing. Members is where you see other members of the platform. You can chat with members of the platform. You can chat, but do not solicit money. I encourage everyone, don't go solicit for money from anyone. Members there, and that's just how the platform is. Now every day, log in twice a day, 3 times a day, see what other members are saying, reply to comments, make a post, come and get updates on what is going on there. And just do it the same way you do Facebook. It just works like Facebook. The same way you have Facebook, that is built like Facebook, except that this is for Mega Harvest Network. And then what else am I missing? Well, I think I'm good with everything. I'm not missing anything else. If you are still having problems, just send a message to 070-666-45117 and you can become a member. God bless you. If you want to reach out to me, I have Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I encourage everyone, click on the subscribe button, like this video, turn on the notification, share this video. After we purchase certificate, will someone continue? If you want to, listen, this is a free will. You can go as long as you want to. You can stop whenever you want to. But God bless you all. I love you. And I will see you inside the platform of Mega Harvest Network.